guys, so you must have seen many videos of a successful people when they came and talk about how they became successful. And you will notice that they majorly talk about 3 or 4 things, like you have to do hard work, you have to be consistent into your work, you have to be more focused. But yes, indeed they are important, but there is one thing which is missing in that, and that is a secret ingredient to how to be successful. And no one shares that because they also never focused on that. That is something which is unconsciously present in their life and they never noticed about it. And that is something which we call a hobby. Elon Musk has hobby to read books. Michelle Obama has hobby to do running. Bill Gates have a hobby to play bridges. MS Dhoni has hobby to ride bikes, and there are many such people guys around you who are very successful, and you will find they will have 1 or 2 hobby with them. Then why it is so? Why all successful people have hobby, and why if you want to become successful you should also have a hobby? So we are going to talk about major points how hobby helps you to achieve your goals. First being, it refreshes your mind. How? Having a hobby is a good way to recharge and relax yourself. Suppose you are preparing for any examination or even you are working in any firm. So if you are preparing for an examination and you are working for any firm, you are working typically 9 to 10 hours of a day. Yes? So what you do, you work for 2 to 3 hours a day, or you study to 2 to 3 hours, and then you take a break of a tea or of a breakfast if it is in the morning, and then you proceed. Then you work for 2 to 3 hours, then it's a lunch break, then you work for 2 to 3 hours, then it's a dinner break, and so on. Is your energy same after all breaks? Is your energy same in the morning or in the evening? No, right? When you wake up in the morning, you work very energetically. Until the evening approaches, your energy decreases, right? Your concentration decreases, right? And there where hobby comes into picture. When you have a hobby and you do it regularly, 1 to 2 hours a day or half an hour a day, it refreshes your mind. It re-energizes your mind. If you play a cricket, for suppose, instead of taking break or scrolling phones, you go outside and play cricket and come back after half an hour or 1 hour and then again sit for study. You will feel more energetic. You will feel like having more concentration while you study. Why? Because it relaxes your body, it refreshes your mind. You are not doing something which is eating up your mind. And the one major mistake all are doing in the today's world is scrolling their phones. What they do, they have their lunch and then remaining 10 to 15 minutes they start scrolling their phones. And this is very bad habit, guys. Because when you scroll your phone, there are several pictures you see in 1 minute or in 1 second. And your mind needs more energy. Your mind has to process more images in 1 second or 1 minute. And you're utilizing it much more than you were utilizing it when you were studying. You never noticed this. If you take a phone break for about half an hour and after that if you see you have to study, your mind instead of being refreshed will be more tired. Have you noticed it? If not, please try it. Scrolling your phone and seeing various images is not gonna help you. So instead of doing that, just stand up from your position and do some activity. You can do half an hour of fitness regime. If you like to play any sport, do that. If you like to read something, do that. If you like to go out, do that. If you like to talk to your friends, do that. Whatever your hobby is, do that. And if you don't have a hobby, then start finding one. Second, it helps in build resumes. Have you ever noticed that in your resume you have a column to mention your extracurricular and hobbies, right? Why they have it in resume? If they are taking you for a job, why they have the extracurricular column? Especially if I talk about MBA colleges and their interviews, they usually focus more on hobbies, their particular numbers for your extracurriculum, right? Why it is so? Why they want you to have a hobby? Why they want you to have been part of an extracurricular? Have you ever thought about it? No? Why they have it? Because if a person is in extracurriculum, if a person has a hobby which he pursues, she pursues very fondly, that means he is a person, not a robot, right? They don't want robot, they want person. And if you have a hobby, if you're part of extracurriculum, that means you're an active person. You work instead of your actual work. You usually have fond of other things. You work there as well, right? And that is why they have it in your resumes. So having a hobby not only helps you to be more focused, but it also helps you to build a good resume, because in most of the resumes there is a column to mention your hobby or the extracurricular. Third is, it helps you to improve your relationship with others. Even if you are in marriages, even if you want to have a relationship with any stranger, or if you want to have more friends, then this is something which is gonna help. Suppose you are in a bus or a normal vehicle and there is a person, a very beautiful girl sitting besides you, right? So you have to start a conversation with her. How you will start it? Will you mention that, okay, I work in this technology in this company and I am doing this and this? Did you mention that? Will you mention that? No, right? What you started, okay, how are you? I like to do those things, you like to do those things. You try to find interest, right? You don't try to find in which subject you are good or in which subject the other person is good, no? How you start a conversation with a stranger is by talking about your hobby, what you like to do, right? Same happens if you are in a marriage or if you want to build any relationship with any person. If you want to talk to a stranger, if you want to talk to your colleagues also. It's not like that with your colleagues you always talk about work. No, with your colleagues you also had a friendly relationship, and that will generate when you talk about your hobbies, when you talk about what you do other than your work, right? And that is where hobby also come into picture and very important. And fourth is, there is no pressure while doing your hobby. If you are doing something you like, there is no pressure attached to it. You can be as free as possible, because there is no one gonna judge you. If you do any work on your office or if you are studying, then the examination is gonna judge you if you are studying for an examination. If you are doing a job, the project or the manager is gonna judge you, right? But if you pursue your hobby at times, at that point of time where you're pursuing your hobby, there is no one who is gonna judge you. So there is no pressure in your head, which you always constantly had for a long period of time in a day. At that moment of time of your day, you have no pressure. And believe me, it feels great when there is no pressure. Usually from morning you wake up, you have been pressurized to reach your office in time, then you have to do work, or if you are at home or a student who are studying, you have to wake up, your mom and dad is going to force you to study, or if you are preparing for any examination, then you yourself have to push yourself to study, and this pressure what to read, what not to read throughout the day. But at that point when you are pursuing your hobby, there is no one who are going to judge you. There is no pressure in your mind that you have to achieve that goal. Like if you like to do drawing, you can just simply draw. There is no competition that your drawing should be better than the other person drawing, right? You can draw freely. So at that point there is a no pressure zone, and that is the best part of your day, where you can fully relax. There is no pressure and you can actually enjoy your life. And also, this is the time where you will get great ideas. No one get great ideas when they are under pressure and doing their work 9 to 5. Everyone get ideas when they are free to do what they want to do. If you are sipping your coffee and seeing outside your window, that is when you get idea, not when you are writing a code on a laptop, right? So that is also beneficial to get an idea. So there are many points which tells you why you should have a hobby. If you have a hobby, start pursuing it. And if you don't have a hobby, try finding one.